Is it on live?
Yes, it's on live.
What, official policeman?
Stop removing kids. Start working with parents. Oh no, sorry, you won't get enough money for it,
You're
Richard.
going to be up there all week. I ain't going to do nothing.
You're abusing kids. You're reversing
This is what?
It's on.
Huh?
It's on.
Hello. Eugene, tell him to bugger off.
We shall not be moved! We shall not be moved!
Neither will Eugene.
He has the power. The staying power.
Eugene for Prime Minister. You can do better than the paedophile protector we got in there now.
Right guys, just an update now. Now I've got some power in my battery. We got to the point like we did at Timson's where they came out and asked us to leave.
Oh look, we got two more. Look, we got two more mobs going in.
They came out and asked us to leave. They revoked our right to go on the premises. They did offer us a letter, but I politely declined it.
You offered us what?
Declined it.
Oh, we did decline it.
I declined the letter that he had telling us what he'd said.
I would declined my consent for him to give it to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that to you.
Well, we're now outside the property. As you can see, Eugene is still up there.
Giving it large.
The negotiators have arrived. That's why they moved us out for negotiators. But I've already shouted and told them to phone the wives and let them know. And I told them the last negotiators was on site for 4 days. They thought this might be over tonight when we informed them of what he managed to do with nothing
Mr. Timson's.
at Mr. Timson's roof. He managed 3 days.
Steve calling.
Right, that was Steve calling me, and I'm on a live.
Well, I wasn't flying away from there.
See your fingers right down to the
Steve, if you're watching, I can't take your call while I'm on a live. We're here
things in cars.
Medway. If it's possible you can get down here, get down here. This is going to be at the very least a 4-day rooftop protest, very least. He's come prepared. He's got enough water and food and clothing, sleeping bags, etc. up on that roof to last him more than a week.
Look at that Jobsworth around the corner there. Look at him. The one that pulled down all our things earlier.
Yeah,
All the
that,
banners. See the Jobsworth on the end there. Look at him.
yeah, that arsehole took great pleasure in taking the last one down.
Yeah, it's like
Well,
threatened him with
it's like a
citizens
little
arrest
victory,
him to
wasn't
bend him up like a Brighton
No,
bench,
when he came and took it down, he took great delight.
Yeah, Jobsworth.
Because at that point,
What it is he's up there.
yeah, Alison, we're back. My battery went.
Oh, you're public servants replaced by consent. He doesn't consent, leave him alone.
At first time my data ran out, so I had to get some more, and then my battery ran out. And I've managed to get some more power in my battery. I have a power bank with me. So Good, Loretta. Keep it sharing it. Keep share. With I did get an interview with a radio station, Radio Kent, this morning. She did the interview here, but she did tell us that it was up to her boss and she wasn't promising that it would be aired, but she was going to do her best to try and get it aired. We know the BBC are aware that we're here. Whether or not they come, we don't know. Maybe they might come tomorrow when they see it's a serious one, but I would have thought they'd know it's serious as soon as they know who it is. Aye, look at him. He's got his jacket off now. Onto his t-shirt.
Why don't he go in and tell the council to let him see his son?
Well, he wants his son back, doesn't he? He wants his son back. He's
Well,
entitled to his son back. His son's entitled to be home. Anne Dominey, social worker. Given the fact that you have business interests in adoption agencies, do you not think you should resign from being a social worker that is stealing children from loving families to feed your business?
Conflict of interest.
Conflict of interest, you should resign.
Yeah.
You know you have no lawful reason to keep Eugene's son in care other than your bank balance and government targets.
Proven facts.
You should not be allowed to be a social worker responsible for removing children from families while you have business interests in adoption agencies.
She's got
It is a massive conflict of interest. Bank robbers do not investigate themselves before being taken to court. Social workers should not be involved with adoption agencies. You are abusing children for your own financial gain. Resign.
Oh, mate, he ain't got one of them vans got.
And do money.
Everyone's phones.
Resign.
Probably does.
You should resign.
They had him at the Notting Hill Carnival, didn't they?
All judges and social workers and ministers and MPs that have business interests in the adoption business and fostering business, you should all resign. Edward Timpson, the former Minister of State, refused to do his job so he could keep his business fed. He had no place being the Minister of State for Children and Vulnerable Families while he and his family own the biggest adoption and fostering agencies in the country, and recently given an award for the amount of children he has snatched from loving families, ruined thousands of children's lives. Edward Timpson should be investigated by the police for fraud. drawing a wage from the state as Minister of State, but refusing to investigate perjury, lies and corruption within the system that he personally benefits from. While thousands of parents across the country are suffering at their hands, hundreds of parents and children taking their own lives because they have nowhere to go and no one to complain to. Because it is all in secret courts. The secrecy of the family courts and social services is only protecting the abusers, not one single child. Protecting people like Anne Dominey, people like Edward Timpson, people like Judge Scarrett, many other judges, many other MPs, all protected by the veil of secrecy, protecting their very own businesses. It's time they was investigated. Come and sign a petition calling on the government to investigate this corrupt system, these corrupt social workers, the corrupt judges, Kafka workers, solicitors. They all need investigated. The entire system is being run as a big money-making machine at the cost of family life. I'd say to you, if you want to make money out of selling children, sell your own.
Yay!
Not ours. Your children are going to learn what you do for a living. You have managed to silence us for long enough. We will not be gagged any longer. We will speak out. We will tell the public what is really going on. Anne Dominey, release the children you are illegally keeping and resign. You are abusing children and families.
Don't stop, we've got 3 people on.
3? I've got 13.
I just hooked up.
Oh.
I just sent out 20 invites.
Right, well,
Oh, Sean P. Maguire from Out of the Bag Radio as well. You know Sean Maguire?
no,
Out of the Bag Radio. Don't know him?
no.
He's interesting. There's a lot of stuff like that.
So where's the big
Get him to come
hammerheads
down.
come from?
Hey?
He's
Where's the
up
big hammerhead come
he's
from?
up in Manchester.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, well, contact him and tell him to watch out for Manchester. There's going to be another one for Kelly Partridge.
Is there?
Yeah,
I'll tell him. Tell him later.
there's going to be another one for Kelly Partridge. We don't know when yet, but there is going to be. Her children have been her child has been sexually abused
Yeah,
3 times,
How the fuck do I do this?
and they're covering it up.
How do I zoom in with this?
Hey?
How do I zoom in? I've got 4 people, right?
Zoom in.
Dear Louise Blakely, bring our kids home now.
Well, what I
Tommy,
use,
stop saving paedophiles. Look,
what I usually do, look,
bring
to
our
zoom
kids
in.
home now. Stop saving paedophiles. There's all people on the internet. Look, hey. stop protecting paedophiles and bring our kids home. What do you reckon, boys? What was it, 40, 50 years covering up for Jimmy Savile, don't you think? Hey? What do you reckon? No comment, officer. I ain't got an opinion. I've got a uniform. All I've got to do is I'm out.
Yeah, they've been okay. Don't take piss out of them. They've been okay with us.
They're taking the piss. Look what they got all here for one bloke on a roof.
Yeah.
And the country's in recession.
Yeah.
Yeah, the police
Yeah,
are
guys,
fucked
that's
up.
it. That's a point. Just look
There's
at this.
people out there getting mugged and raped, and these have got nothing better to do
Yeah.
than protect a public building and public servants from the public when they're doing something wrong. Hey, girls and guys on
When
Facebook,
they're stealing
check
children.
it out. Hey,
That's-
public servants protecting public property from the public, from public servants that aren't doing their jobs right. Hey, can you just see the, what's it called? Not conundrum. What's it called when your brain gets all screwed up? What's
I don't know, it's
what's
screwed
the good
up.
word for screwing your brain up? I can't think. What's a good explanation? Conundrum? No? What
No,
a
it's not a
conundrum?
conundrum, is it? I don't know. What I do know though is this is wrong. And Medway Council, I'm sure Anne Dominy is watching this.
80% of my data's gone.
I had to buy another 22 quid's worth. I've used my full month's
Right,
data
there's a
up
bloke
earlier.
over there on the roof, as you can see, yeah, and he's protesting his children. His son, his only 14-year-old son, has been kidnapped by Medway Council at Gun Wharf, and all he wants to do is see his kids.
They refuse.
As you can see, with this public building, there's two public negotiation officers, police officers down there now, trying to talk them down off the roof. But he ain't moving nowhere. He's going to be there for the next week. Till they get him to see that Jobsworth sticking his head out from behind that wall down there. He tried to grab our posters earlier and wrap them up. So I was going to make a citizen's arrest and fold him up like a Brighton deck chair, you know,
Well,
like the police do to us.
That
And then hold him till the policeman come. And
that guy,
he was lucky.
that guy and his mate are the ones that have bullied Eugene so long when he's been here on his own.
Yeah.
And they've made him stand outside and won't let him in because he was on the
Well,
own.
he wouldn't have done that.
They
if I
tried
was
it.
here.
They tried it when Sam came with him,
Yeah.
but Sam jumped in and blocked them both off. Sam, a little
little
woman,
Sam, yeah.
little Sam.
Yeah. Look, stop them both.
She stopped two blokes.
Yeah.
The minute they saw that she had a camera in their hand, they backed off. That's what they are, cowards. I mean, when he tried this morning taking banners down, he tried it until he was stopped. And then when we'd left one on and when after we'd been requested
Jesus
to
Christ.
leave,
It's only saying I've got 8 up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, it says 9. Hey, do you reckon someone's manipulating the numbers, eh, Facebook?
yeah.
Back down to 7.
I'm just thinking, we seem to be having quite a few people walking up the side. I'm just wondering if it's worthwhile going over that side with some leaflets.
Might be with the petition and leaflets,
Yeah.
Stand over there with the petition and
What
leaflets.
petition? Oh yeah, that petition you got. What's it going to do with it? Stand where?
Stand on the other side.
On the,
of
what, on the
the
other side of the footpath?
Yeah, I'd have to go down there and up on that footpath that way. I'm grabbing the umbrella and taking that with me just in case. I'm leaving that behind.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to shoot son, you know that.
Yeah, well, we're going to try and hang on till Kaylee gets here.
When's she getting here?
I don't know, she's on her way.
Where's she coming from?
Wales.
Wales?
I mean, I have a 6-hour journey home, which is, it's going to turn into 8 because I'm going to have to stop at every service station to have a coffee to keep me awake.
See, Eugene's got a lot of glucose pills there. Come on, Eugene. What's he doing? Put your jacket back on. Look at that. The man's a pianist, yeah? Plays the piano. He's done nothing wrong and all he wants to do is see his 14-year-old child. He lives here in this town. Now the council, they could monitor the child at home. But no, they'd rather keep him in foster care. More on the taxpayer, more money going out. When the son loves his father, the son wants to see his father, written a letter stating he wants to see his father, and they won't let him see him.
They won't even let a 14-year-old have access to a solicitor.
They won't even, yeah.
They're denying him.
His father's gone to a solicitor, must have gone to a solicitor, and the council's denying telling the solicitor where the child's living, so the solicitor can get in contact with the child. Yeah? So they're denying him legal representation. The council's actually denying him legal representation. Eh?
It's because they get money.
They get money for every child, yeah, subsidy off the government for every child.
The government's
They've got
paying
in
them.
foster care.
The government's paying Medway Council something like £1,000 a week for him being in care, and Medway Council are paying
£500.
the foster carer for £500 a week.
£500 a week per child for the first child, and then it goes down.
I thought it was £400.
No, it's 500. It's gone up now, inflation.
But, yeah. But then
in fact, I think that's a child, a high needs child. That is.
on the right stuff, no. Well, £400 is the lower rate.
Yeah.
Is the
Lower rate.
yeah. It's from. I
heard it was £500 for the first child, and then it goes down after that.
I have an advert that was placed in the newspaper last year.
Yeah.
Offering foster carers from £400 per child, and they can have up to 4.
Yeah, but then they got respite periods. You get the holidays paid for.
Yeah.
They get expenses for the child.
And
how many times do you think that child sees them expense money they get? They get £80 a week pocket money per child. £80 a week per child for pocket money.
Okay,
how much of that £80 you reckon that child sees?
None.
Guarantee you,
None.
mate.
I wonder if they'll take me into care.
£80 a week pocket money. That's more than pension, isn't it?
Yeah.
£80 a week pocket money for each child.
I think we should all go knocking on social services' door, saying our kids are abusing us. Can they take us into care?
Yeah.
What?
£80
a week pocket money?
I can live with that.
Now there's an idea. If these kids are getting £80 a week pocket
No, but
money,
they don't get it. The carers keep it.
yeah. Well, if
The carers keep it. Kids don't see that money.
no carers don't. Do you know?
No, the carers see it. They keep it.
I was at a protest. I think it was Barnsley, or either Barnsley or Sheffield.
Yeah.
And we were stood outside some social security office building,
Yeah.
and we was on corner of a main road, much like this. And a guy come up to us. He'd been watching and listening to us, and he was telling us. He said we was right outside social services offices like this, and then he turned out and he says, that house there,
Yeah.
he says, them people have 4 foster children,
Yeah.
and the foster carers every night are in that pub
Yeah. Getting pissed off.
while the kids are running wild.
Yeah.
And he pointed to the street sign, which was a nice brand new one.
Yeah.
He said that is replaced every single week because them foster kids are smashing it.
Yeah.
And the foster carers, come midnight, crawl on their hands and knees from that pub back into this big, massive
Mansion,
house.
yeah.
A mansion.
Paid for the upkeep of the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. By
Paid
us.
for
By us.
from
By
kids.
us mugs,
Yeah.
taxpayers. We've got to stop
Yeah.
paying our taxes. Stop feeding the beast.
But all
Stop paying
that-
the taxes.
All that is happening right outside social services offices.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, look at all them little girls up in Raynham. The police knew about it. NSP said,
Yeah.
was it 1,600 young girls getting raped by Asian men, boys? What happened up there? Hey, Rotherham scandal.
Rotherham,
Have you
yeah.
got any news about that? Have you heard anything about that Rotherham scandal with the police guys playing the back? 14 on, 1600 young girls that got raped, passed around the country by all the Asian men. Look it.
Yeah, we can't get anywhere near now. We unfortunately we're relegated out of bounds. We've got the police here to make sure we don't go in now, because we have been requested to leave.
Dead from the neck up.
We was requested by a representative of the people that own the land, which is us. I never asked him to
They're like
request us.
automatons. Yeah? Right, I'm following orders. You know the Nazis in Nuremberg said I'm only following orders.
Just a minute, Eugene,
You know that? And they still got strung up.
He's heard it all before, guys! Heard it all before!
Eugene, put your headphones in and stick your radio on.
Have you noticed the media's been stopped coming? Wait. Hey,
This man was in care. Listen to this.
wait a minute.
Stand there, stand by them pops and next to them.
Hang on a minute.
Tell him he was in care, mate. Listen what happened to this man when he was in care.
Yeah.
Right?
I think he's getting there.
Hold on, mate. Hold on, mate. Let me get me on my foot, on my book. Hold on.
Do you mind being on? I can point it away if you...
Right, mate. Hold on, mate. Let me get you on. Get you live. Hold on, mate.
Let me...
You tell us this story, mate, because my kids are in care at the moment. Go live. Okay, mate, what's your name, if you don't mind?
Dave Williams.
Dave Williams?
Yeah,
You were brought up in care, were you?
yeah.
And what happened to you while you was in care, Dave?
You literally got beaten and strapped, slapped and bloody...
So physically and
Forced.
mentally abused?
Basically, yeah. But at times it was good, but you couldn't guarantee it.
Yeah,
Because it was basically like strict routines and all that.
yeah,
And you were forced to eat food you didn't like.
yeah.
And you sat there for hours at times, literally.
They bend you
And
up?
then,
They beat you up bad, did they?
well, it was when you got the strap or the slipper.
Yeah.
It was rather painful.
How old were you at the time?
7.
7 years.
You know.
Yeah, that's still
Oh, they
going on
stopped you.
today.
Still going on
Still
today.
going, that's what I mean.
Still going on today.
You've got to go through it to know it.
Yeah. Well, we're going through it now. I mean, our kids are going through it. Our kids are being abused.
They've been kidnapped and forced to adopt his 2 kids.
Our children are being abused right now by the system, and nobody's listening.
I presume in them days the system it was allowed sort of thing, you know, the slapping and bloody strapping.
Well,
The buggering kids, mate, and all that there.
Yeah,
The
I mean-
MPs and the Lords and that in London.
Yeah.
Theresa May, when she was Home Secretary, got a 145-page dossier
Yeah.
with dozens and dozens of names of MPs and Lords that were paedophiling
Yeah.
kids. She was Home Secretary, it went missing, and now she's Prime Minister. Think about it.
yeah.
You vote
Yeah.
for me, mate, or you're going to get done for paedophiles. And bribes their way in, mate. They don't care. They go to them public schools and bum the arse of one another while they're in there. They all get abused by one another in there, mate. So they grow up with abuse.
Yeah.
We don't. We're normal people. Not them toffs.
Even the schools before we caught punishment, the old cane and that.
Oh, I got
You
the
don't do it
cane.
now, all that was.
I got a cane.
Or
I think.
I
you
got
get the
the
old
cane.
painful slap on the back of the legs.
No, we had a bamboo.
that hurts.
We had a bamboo cane. We did.
Yeah. I think
Right
he's
across the
getting a hard
bottom
time
of the
over
bum
there.
cheeks,
Yeah.
right on the legs, where it
Right
hurt.
across there.
Oh no, when I was in Ireland, there was a metre ruler. and it was on your knuckles.
Yeah.
Yeah, old Roman Catholic bloody.
Well, we had one teacher used to use the blackboard ruler.
Oh yeah,
You know
yeah,
that?
the big, the metre long ones. That's what I had.
Yeah.
The headmistress of the school. It was a 2-room school. I was in the little class and it was the big class.
Yeah.
And the headmistress come out with a metre long ruler. Once you seen her swinging that,
Yeah.
she was like a Jedi Knight with that. She was.
Yeah, well, you got the blackboard
Right, yeah, ruler.
rubber from
I mean,
that,
now-
that's like that long.
Yeah.
Now, if a child playing gets a little bruise on them and they go to school, the teachers report it
Oh,
to
yeah.
social services. Social services come and accuse the parents
Yeah.
of physically abusing the children. A bruise they've got from playing. But
So easy, isn't it?
when it's happening to
In
children in care,
It's all brushed under the table.
when
Keep it quiet.
when a parent goes to have contact with a child and she sees a handprint on a child's face,
Or leg, a back of the leg.
she's been over dramatic for asking what's happened.
Like that.
You know?
They say you're trying to upset the placements. Yeah, you're trying to draw a wedge between the carer and the caree. Yeah, but they're not. So all they're doing is they're caring for their kids, saying, "Look, my kid's marking handprints." Oh no, you over exaggerating. But these parents haven't touched their kids, and the kids are getting taken off them.
That's way wrong now, isn't it?
That's what's happening. Man.
We now have a couple in Manchester whose 12-year-old daughter is in care, and a few weeks ago a social worker phoned the parent to inform them that she's been sexually abused 3
We
times.
never had anything like that.
Once back in February, that they investigated and decided that the child was fantasising it.
Yeah.
And then a few weeks ago, by the same boy in the same home, he did it again. That boy is still in the same home. Then a few days after, she was abused by a member of staff. Now the member of staff has been suspended until they get it all brushed under carpet and covered up. Then he'll probably get promotion.
Yeah.
But they've refused that girl to see her parents. She's asked to see her parents, they've refused her. The parents have asked to see the child, they've been refused.
Yeah, I don't know what it is with this. That's what I say, when I was there, you weren't allowed to get in contact with any of your own family. They weren't allowed to know where you were.
That's what it is now. That's what it is now.
Yeah.
Nazi state.
There's a woman in somewhere around Kent. There's a woman somewhere around Kent. They're trying to send her to prison for getting in contact with her 18-year-old child.
Yeah.
The child's 18.
A bit over the top, isn't it?
Mate, he'll never stop, mate, till we put our foot down.
Yeah. Like we've gone on for years.
Mate, if this was France, they'd be burning. If this was France, they'd be burning that fucking building down. If this was France. Yeah. You know?
Yeah, I think. Was you getting out of time off them other two? Yeah, I can't hear you either. Oh.
Well, the chances are someone's looked at it and
I don't know whether he was getting hard time off them two that was there earlier.
And 12
There
big.
was 3